Welcome back to another Fandom Fitness Friday where we're unleashing our inner superheroes. Last week we celebrated World Oceans Month with the Little Mermaid. This week we're going to celebrate another very heroic community that's also celebrating June. Those are our LGBTQ community for Pride Month. So this week I have a special workout celebrating one of the fandoms that I have found that really celebrates LGBTQ. That is the new Netflix series She-Ra. If you haven't seen this series, I highly recommend it. It's very inclusive, it's very powerful and empowering, so definitely check that out. I do also want to note there are tons and tons of fun fandoms out there that celebrate LGBTQ, but She-Ra is one that really spoke to me on a personal level, and so I'm really excited to share it with all of you. So let's get started. Alright guys, so we have a power workout for you for She-Ra, the Princesses of Power. That's another great distinction of this new series is that rather than just She-Ra, we have all these princesses that have power. So we're going to have 4 rounds of 10 powerful exercises. We have the She-Ra Snatches, that's going to be 10 each side. The Glimmer Glute Bridge, the Bow, Archer Rows each side. Mermaid Twist, again, just like we did the Mermaid Twist last week, we're doing those again. Natasa chops, and then the Katra push-ups. So let's get into explaining how each one of these will go. All right, guys. So our first exercise is the She-Ra snatches, and so this is kind of with that motion of when she brings her sword and brings out the power of She-Ra. So a snatch is a one-arm movement with the dumbbell. Now, if you don't have a dumbbell, you can use pretty much any item you have around the house, but dumbbells do work really well with this. So for a snatch, it's going to be the weight starts on the floor. You're going to be in a slightly wider than hip stance, than your hips stance. You're going to, again, keeping your chest up. You're going to be squatting a little bit to pick up that weight, and then you're going to bring it up. So you actually have your elbow up, and as you're coming up, you're kind of getting a little bit of propulsion from your hips. And then instead of just twisting up, you're going to actually let it fly up overhead. So it's going to look just like Chris is demonstrating. But again, slowing it down, we're bringing the elbow up and then flipping the arm open. So we're going to do 10 on each side. Now I am experiencing a lot of shoulder issues on my right side, so instead of doing it 10 on this side, which is really going to aggravate my shoulder, I'm going to do one of my PT exercises, which is just kind of an Arnold press. Again, pressing the arm up, but I'm not coming back down to the floor. So just pressing that. That's if the snatches are a little bit too hard. Snatches get a little bit of fun though, so because it's kind of propulsion all the way up. It's a really powerful, great powerful exercise for us to do. All right, our next exercise are the Glimmer Glute Bridges. Glimmer, the Princess of Bright Moon. We're going to come onto our back, and we're going to bend our knees. And a simple exercise, not necessarily easy, but simple exercise. Basically, we're just picking up our butt up off the ground into a bridge position. We're going to try and keep that. Keep a kind of a straight line from our stomach all the way up to our legs, and then bring it back down. So you don't need to hold it as long as I did. We're going to be going 10 glute bridges, trying to keep our legs aligned in a straight line. Our legs do like to bow out when we do this. It makes it a bit easier, but keep your legs in line for Glimmer Glute Bridges. So our next one is going to be our Bow Archer Rows. So you will need some equipment for this. I have some resistance bands from PT. You can also use the bands that you can use for, I call these the pull-up bands, or any kind of resistance bands you can use that are going to be kind of elastic to allow you, give you a little bit of a resistance, but also ability to pull it back. So we're going to be in an Archer Row. So we're going to bring again, I'm going to have my right foot forward, and my right arm is going to be extended out, holding the band. I'm going to have a very short distance. I'm going to engage this shoulder, so this is, even though it's not doing anything, it's still kind of working. And then pulling the band back with my left hand. So again, it's just like an archer pulling on his bow, and then after 10 on this side, you're going to switch sides, bring your left foot forward, your left arm up, and then pull front with your right hand. All right, we did these last week with Mermaid Twist. Same thing, we're going to do Mermaid Twist. She's our water power princess. We're going to be in a 90-90 degree angle with our legs, so straight out and then to our side and then to cut. So to do this, we're going to, again, you can place your hands behind you for some leverage, but we're going to be opening up our legs and then try and get our moving leg as far over before the other leg follows suit. This is again a nice hip opening stretch, but we're going to go one step further and stretch out our back with our mermaid pose. And then coming back the other way, if you can bring your hands up, great. If not, that's fine too. Again, keeping your hands back makes it a little bit easier, but get that twist in. All right, Natasa is our next princess of power. So her power of all things is tossing nets. So we're going to be doing something like what is called a wood chop, but it's actually reminiscent of tossing a net up into the air. So we're going to take a weight. Again, it can be any kind of weight. You can use your water bottle. You can use, again, even a can of beans if that's what you have, but some kind of weight. And we're going to grip it with both hands, bring it to our side, and then chopping up, and then chopping back down. Now, what we're doing though is that we're working our obliques. So we're going to be twisting our body to the side and twisting our body back up to the side each way. So we're going to do 10 chops with our to our left side, and then switching hand positions, 10 chops to our right. And our final exercise is Katra push-ups. Katra are our main antagonist. And what we're going to do is start on our what we call child's pose. So I call this a cat stretch push-up. This is why it's perfect for Katra. You're going to be in that child's pose, and then going from a child's pose into that push-up position, doing a push-up, and then going right back into child's pose. So you should be feeling a nice stretch in those shoulders every time you finish that rep. If you need to modify, not at the push-ups, you can just keep your knees on the ground and do that regular push-up. You can also move up to a bench. You'll actually see me doing this in the workout myself to help protect my shoulder. I'm coming up onto a bench, still stretching out, and then coming up onto a bench to do that push-up. So this is the cat stretch push-up, or the Katra push-ups for our Princess of Power workout. And for the honor of Grace Skull, thank you so much for joining me on that really empowering, powerful workout, celebrating princesses of power, celebrating She-Ra. Kind of get a little nostalgic for me when I was a kid. I loved that show as a kid, but I love this new series even more. Again, a hero has strength for two. So take care of yourself so you take care of your community, love yourself, and love each other. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next week.